Good morning, children. Now I explain voice when the verb is in present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. First of all, the structure of present perfect tense verb structure has or have plus VP. This is the verb structure of present perfect tense. When do we use have? When do we use has plus VP? When the subject is singular, we have to use has plus V3. When the subject is plural, we have to use have plus V3. But both are present perfect tense. So now I write the structure of active voice in present perfect tense. Before going to examples, before going into explanation, the B form in present perfect tense and past perfect tense is been. Been. Now I write the structure of active voice in present perfect tense. Subject plus has or have plus V3 plus object or other words. This is the structure of active voice. So this is the structure of passive voice in present perfect tense. New subject plus has or have plus been plus will plus by plus new object plus other words. So there is one main difference between this tense and other tenses. In other tenses, in simple present, past, present continuous, past continuous, V3 is not given in active voice. Only in passive voice, V3 form is given in such kind of other tenses. But here in this present perfect and past perfect tenses, V3 form is given in active voice itself, because grammatically there must be V3 form after has, have or had. Because of that, V3 form is given in active voice itself. Simply in passive voice, we can simply take the same V3 form. That is the main difference between present perfect and past perfect tenses. That's why here V3 form is given in active voice itself. Same V3 form we have to take into passive voice also. Now I explain one or two sentences. Students, listen to this explanation. Observe the sentence. He has finished his lunch. He, singular subject. That's why here has plus V3 is used. Here she also singular subject. That's why has plus V3 is used here. But in this sentence, his lunch singular object. So in passive voice, we have to take only has plus been plus V3 form because his lunch also singular subject. So his lunch has been finished by him. She has written many social novels. In this sentence, many social novels is a plural object. With plural object, we have to take have plus been plus V3. So in the same way, many social novels have been written by her. Here we have taken only has, but here we took have because object is plural. But here object is singular. That's why when the object is singular, we have to take has plus been plus V3. When the object is plural, we have to take have plus been plus V3. Now I will use simple table. When do is have, when do is has. See, with I have completed I have completed, we have completed, they have completed, you have completed. Take any plural subject. My parents, my sisters or my brothers have completed. With I, we, they, you and any plural subject we can use have. With all third person singulars we can use has. She, he, any name, and it. She has gone. He has gone, any name has gone, it has gone. So, with all third person singular subjects, we can use has. This is the main difference in the usage of has and have. observe these sentences. They have finished that work very quickly. In the sentence, they plural subject. That's why have is used. But object is singular. That's why that work with a singular object, third person singular object, we have to take has plus been plus V3. That's why that work has been finished by them very quickly. Other word. Take this sentence. He has. He third person singular. That's why has is taken. Has made. He has made all the arrangements for the meeting. Here all the arrangements plural object. So in the passive voice we have to take have plus been plus V3. All the arrangements have been made by him all the arrangements have been made by him for the meeting. So these are the important things we have to observe in the present perfect tense. So briefly, in the present perfect tense, the structure is, verb structure is has or have plus V3 form. Has is used only with third person singular subjects. Have is used with all plural subjects, including singular subject I also. Been is the B form in the present perfect tense. In past perfect tense also same B form we can use. So these are the things we have to observe in the present perfect continuous. Present perfect tense, not continuous. Present perfect tense. So one important thing about present perfect tense is we have to observe the object carefully, whether this object is singular or plural. If the object is singular, we have to take has plus been plus V3 in passive voice. If the object is plural, we have to take have plus been plus V3 in passive voice. That is the main thing you have to remember. But when we come to past perfect tense, you need not worry about the object, whether it is singular or plural. Blindly you can use had plus been plus V3 with all subjects, singular or plural. You can use had plus been plus V3. That is in past perfect tense. No question of careful observation of the object. I will give an example. Past perfect tense. Here also in past perfect tense also the B form is been, the structure is had plus V3 with all persons, with all objects, whether it is singular or plural objects, we can use had. No question of any confusion. See this sentence. He had written many novels. He subject third person singular with singular plurals we can use had plus V3. Many nouns are plural object. But in passive voice also, you have to take only had, because in past perfect tense, with the singulars and plurals, singular objects and plural objects, we can take had plus been plus VP. That's why no change of the structure. Just like in present perfect tense, no need of any confusion here. In this sense, blindly you can write had plus been plus V3 in past perfect tense with all subjects, third person, singular or other subjects. He had written many novels. Many novels had been written by him. Novels plural, even though it is plural, we have to take had. Even though it is singular, we have to take had. They had attended the meeting. They are plural, but in active voice, we have to take had plus V3. Had, even though it is plural, because it is past perfect tense. So, what is the object here? The meeting, singular object. So, with the singular object also, we have to take had. The meeting had been, had plus been plus V3, had been attended. They had attended the meeting. The meeting had been attended by them, because in past perfect tense, as we told previously, with all subjects, singular, with all objects, with the singular or plural, we can take had. V3 is given in active voice itself, just like in present perfect tense, because after have, has, had, there must be only V3 form. Because of that reason, grammar rule, in present and past perfect tense, in active voice itself, V3 form is given. But in other tenses, in active voice, V3 form is not given. We have to write V3 form in passive voice. And one more thing, why should we write passive voice? Why don't we write active voice on all occasions? Passive voice tells the importance of subject. Active voice tells the importance of subject. Passive voice tells the importance of object. Because of that, when you want to explain the importance of object, you have to prefer passive voice. For example, Beyond Singh assassinated Indira Gandhi. In the sentence, Beyond Singh is waste, he is a criminal. That is not important. Beyond Singh is not important here. The active voice is telling the importance of subject. But in actually here subject is not important. Indira Gandhi is important. That's why such kind of sentences cannot be explained in active voice. So you have to use passive voice. Because of that, in newspapers also, Indiraji was assassinated by someone. It is not important. That's why it is omitted in newspapers also, if you observe. So Indiraji was assassinated, but not Beyond Singh assassinated Indira Gandhi. Because here Indira Gandhi is important. World personality. Beyond Singh is not important person. That's why compulsorily on such occasions in newspapers also they use passive voice only. Indiraji was assassinated. It simply published on the front pages. If you go inside, afterwards somewhere Beyond Singh's name may be mentioned. He is not important. So passive voice can be used to explain the importance of an object. That is the main purpose of using passive voice. Next, How to change imperative sentences from active to passive? First of all, what is an imperative sentence? A sentence that begins with V1, that is verb form, present tense, and ends with a full stop. In such kind of sentences, there is no subject at all. No question of any subject mentioned. But the imaginary subject is always you. Imaginary subject is always you. For example, go there. Subject is not there. It is missing. It is omitted. But imaginary subject is you go there. It is omitted in newspapers also. Go there means you go there. Come here. Come here means you come here. But you is mentioned. But whenever you need the support of you can take. Work hard, you will get good marks. If you want to join them by using if you work hard, you will get good marks. But from where did we get you? It is imperative sentence. Work hard means imperative sentence. Work hard means you work hard. But when you are joining those two sentences by using if, you have to frame a class, if class. So in class compulsory there must be subject. But in the original sentence the subject is not given. But what is the imaginary subject? You. Work hard means imperative sentence. Work hard means you work hard. Because of that reason, when you are joining those two sentences by using if, conjunction if, compulsorily you have to take the support of you. That's why if you work hard, comma, you will get good marks. Then it becomes class, if class. That is about imperative sentences. So what is the definition? A sentence that begins with present tense always and ends with a full stop. In an imperative sentence, there is no question of any subject, but the imaginary subject is always you. This is the definition of imperative sentence. So how to change imperative sentences from active to passive? For example, I read some sentences. Observe these two sentences. Post this letter. Post verb, this letter object. So in this sentence, verb is given, object is given, but subject is missing, but the imaginary subject is you. How to change this type of sentences in which verb and object is given? By using a let, we can change this type of imperative sentences from active into passive. Let plus object, this letter plus B form we have to take. Next V3 form. This is the structure we have to use. In the sentence, verb is given, object is given. So you have to start the passive voice in such kind of models with a let. Let plus, you have to take the object. Let this letter. After object, you have to take the B form, B. Let this letter B. After B form, automatically we have to write V3 form of the given verb in active voice. Here, what is the V3 verb? Post. Post, posted, posted. So that let this letter be posted by you, whether you write it or not, because you subject is omitted here. So you need not worry about that object. So let this letter be posted. This is the answer. In this sentence also, take verb is given, this book, object also given. So this sentence also should begin with let in passive voice. Let this book. Next B form. taken. This is passive voice. Let this book be taken. So this is one model by using let when there is verb and object. Second model of imperatives. Come here. In the sentence, come verb. Here adverb. No question of subject. Only verb is given. But we need subjective verb object compulsory in voice. But the first model verb is given, object is given. So we started passive voice with let. But in this model only verb is given. Imagine the subject is you, that is okay. This type of sentences we can do by using you are asked, you are asked. You are asked to come here by using to. You are asked to plus V1 to come here. To come. You have to add to here. You are asked. Go there. This also. You are asked or you are ordered. You are ordered to go there. You are asked or ordered to go there. To go there. This is here. This and third sentence. Please sit here. Here, please is given. So to remove please, you are used requested. You have to use requested. You are requested. You are requested to sit here. So, for remove this please, you have to use the suitable word requested. You use imaginary subject. Why do we use are with you? Only or can be used always in present tense. You use always plural in English. That's why no question of is. You are requested to sit here. Come here. You are asked to come here. Get out of the class. For example, in angry mood, teacher may ask the student. On such occasion, the teacher, you are ordered to get out. You can use. Based on the context of the sentences, you can select this verb here. You are asked, you are requested, you are advised. Please read thoroughly. You are suggested. You are advised to read thoroughly. You are advised to prepare for the exams thoroughly. In that way, you can select one. These are the positive imperatives. How to change positive imperatives from active to passive.